Hey everybody, welcome back to American History with Mr. Finn. We have just gotten through the Revolution. England is gone. We are now in the process of trying to create our United States. Now, if you remember, the colonists felt really strongly about their own colonies. So if you were from Virginia, you were a Virginian, and you might not care as much about South Carolina or Massachusetts, let's say. Just like if you were from New York, you were a New Yorker. You might not care as much about any of the other colonies as you did about your own business. That is still going to be the case. Just because the English are gone, those feelings about previously colonies and now going to become states still exist for the people who live there. That is going to bring us together under the Articles of Confederation. That's how the country, the United States, is going to begin, under these Articles of Confederation. Now, an important word is confederation. A confederation is going to be, we'll use the term joining. It is a loose joining of, let me write this bigger, states. So it's a loose joining of states. So they basically are agreeing to be together. However, they're all almost kind of independent from one another. So their state is going to be more important than the whole. And this is not going to be great because we're going to see some problems with the Articles of Confederation as we kind of break it down. We don't spend a lot of time on the Articles of Confederation. When you get to, or if you are in American government class, you do spend more time on that, and you really look at the Articles of Confederation. For us, we want to understand this, that as our country starts, the states are very separate from each other. They don't view us as strongly as a country. In fact, under the Articles of Confederation, one of the big things is there is no national, I'll put this, no strong national government. So there's a national government, but it's not strong. So we have a national government, but it is not strong. So we want to say no to the national government, like boo. The people who lived in America during that time did not want a super strong national government because they were scared of it. They were just coming off of a revolution where they had a very strong king, and they viewed a strong national government as kind of taking the place of a king. And why did we just fight the revolution if now we're going to have a strong national government telling us what to do, and we just had a king telling us what to do? So we don't like that. We'd rather be a confederation where we can do what we want to do, but we'll still be part of our country. So that's the way they view it, these people, civilians at the time. They're not colonists anymore. But because of this, we don't have a strong national government. If you note about today, we do have a strong national government. We have the government in Washington, D.C., where we have a president and we have Congress and we have laws, and the national government really takes the power and allows the states to do what they want to do. But the national government is really the true power in the United States today. Now, under the Articles of Confederation, let's flip over to here. We're going to see a couple of things. Today we do have three branches. This is kind of an intro into the three branches. We'll get to it when we get to something called the Constitution. And these three branches are the legislative, executive, and the judicial branch. Now, let me first tell you what represents what, just to give you a little bit of a preview so you have it in your notes for later, so you have it in a couple of places. Let's start with the legislative. Legislative branch is going to be represented by Congress. This is going to make laws. So the legislative branch, represented by Congress, makes the laws today. The executive branch is represented by the president. And the president's job is to generally kind of be an oversight, to oversee, to make sure the government's going well. It has certain powers that we'll get into, but the executive branch is designed, or was designed, to kind of oversee the process, to be the figurehead of our country. And then we have the judicial branch as well. The judicial branch is represented by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court now, today, is going to rule on, we'll just say this, And again, this is an intro. We're not really getting into the Constitution. But again, I want you to have all of these notes so you have them in a number of places. So when we get to the three branches, you have them in a couple of spots. So the executive branch, or the legislative branch, makes the laws. The executive branch has oversight. And the judicial branch rules on what we have today as the Constitution, what tells you what is allowed, what's not allowed. Are these laws in line with what our country was designed to be? Now, to get back to the Articles of Confederation. Under the Articles of Confederation, we are not, I'll do this, I'll make arrows. Do we have a judicial branch under this? No. Big X through it. No judicial branch. They did not even try to make a judicial branch. Did they have an executive branch? No. We did not have a president during this time. No Supreme Court, no president under the Articles of Confederation. What we had was the legislative branch that was going to basically do the job of the executive branch and the legislative branch, but there was no judicial branch. And so the Articles of Confederation are going to have these two kind of mixed into one and just have a legislative branch. When we break into the Articles of Confederation a little bit further, again, not much, in the next video, we are going to look at why this isn't the best setup. You can probably see where I'm going with this, but if all the states view themselves as almost independent countries and we don't have a strong national government kind of overseeing the entire country, and this national government has no power, it doesn't work out very well. And in fact, today's assignment is going to be one of the things that starts the process of the Articles of Confederation breaking down. Now, what is your assignment? Let me get this off the board. I can stand in the way of the three branches. So, this event that I want you to look at is going to be called Shays' Rebellion. Shays' Rebellion is the event that I want you to look up today. We've been doing a lot of things with notes and quizzes, but today I want you to look into Shays' Rebellion because once we get to the next video, we are going to start to see, one, the Articles of Confederation breaking down, and two, this event being one of the big events that causes people to stand up and say, maybe we kind of do need a strong national government. So Shays' Rebellion is the assignment. I just want you to give me our 5 W's. The who, what, where, when, and why. Again, I'm going to write it up here in case you missed an assignment before, but that stands for, again, who, what, where, when, and why. Those are our 5 W's. This gives me all the information I need about Shays' Rebellion, and really it gives you all the information you need so that when I go over it, you'll already have an idea of who this person was, what was he upset about, what was the event, where was it happening, and why is this an important thing. And so, Shays' Rebellion, 5 W's. Make sure you turn that in today. You guys have been doing a great job getting the assignments in. Participation and attendance has been great. So I look forward to seeing you next class.